How does an affirming person respond to people who say that we, who affirm LGBTQ people, are just shoehorning modern views into the Bible? It's one of the most common accusations that anti-LGBTQ people give, and that they do whatever they want, and they want to live in sin, and it's okay to be gay, and we're just twisting the Bible to make it say whatever we want it to say. There is some deep irony in this accusation, because what I've discovered coming out of anti-affirming spaces is that this accusation has it actually all backwards. Think for a second about how the Bible addresses astrophysics. I know, big leap, stay with me. The Bible talks about the world having four corners, the earth having a foundation upon the seas, that there are not only the waters below, but the waters above, which are the firmament. It talks about the stars being angels or people of some sort. It assumes that the earth is the center of the universe, that the sun and the stars revolve around the earth, that there's no mention whatsoever of asteroids, no mention of comets, no mention of other planets, no mention of the role of gravity. One of my favorite axioms about the Bible is that the Bible was written for us, but it was not written to us. Meaning, we shouldn't expect the Bible and the Bible's authors to be addressing 21st century topics when they're writing 20 to 30 centuries ago. They're going to write using 20 to 30 century-year-old language and understandings of science and psychology and philosophy and astrophysics and sexuality. Now, don't get me wrong, that does not mean that there is not wisdom to glean from these authors. We don't want to be modern snobs thinking that the ancients have nothing to teach us, but we can gain wisdom from our spiritual ancestors. But that's different than trying to draw one-to-one correlations between their time and ours. Two things are true. There have always been gay people and trans people and lesbians and bi people and ace folks and queer folks, and we didn't always know this. There haven't always been the categories and language and frameworks for understanding the variation in human gender and sexuality. So when anti-affirming folks try to use the Bible to prove their anti-affirming stances, they are the ones who are trying to make the Bible say things it was never meant to say. And just like the Bible doesn't have a stance on astrophysics, the Bible does not have a stance on sexual orientation. Astrophysics has always existed. LGBTQIA people have always existed, but the Bible's authors did not have the language or the vantage point on which to comment on these things. So people who try to make the Bible have an anti-LGBTQ stance are the ones who are shoehorning modern views into Scripture. It makes as much sense as trying to make the Bible anti-astrophysics. What the ancient authors of Scripture can offer us, however, are the values, principles, and narratives that offer us wisdom on how to respond to the things we encounter today. And I can say without hesitation that the wisdom Scriptures offers us is that we should treat every person we encounter as a divine image bearer, and that includes every LGBTQ person you meet.